Somaliland first became separate in the 19th century when the colonial powers carved up the Somali-speaking lands of the Horn. The southern shores of the Gulf of Aden fell to Britain, which held them until Hargeisa and Mogadishu united to form an independent Somalia in 1960. 5 years ago, Somaliland reasserted its independence, devastated by a genocidal civil war. Today, much of Hargeisa still looks like this, pulverized by Mogadishu's tanks and planes. Tens of thousands died in a decade of war. Hundreds of thousands fled towards Ethiopia.
Hibaaq Jaamac waxa ay ku dhalatay magaalada Hargeysa 1986 iyadoo laba jir ah ayaa dagaalkii dib u xoreynta Somaliland ee 1988 uu dhacay. Rafaad badan, jab iyo qaxoonti kadib, Hibaaq Jaamac waxa ay caga dhigatay dalka Ingiriiska. halkaas oo ay ku qaadatay waxbarashadeedii ilaa heer jaamacadeed. waxayna ka qalin jabisay jaamacadda Montfort University Leicester iyadoo baratay culumta lawga Human Rights Social Justice LLB ki ay jaamacadda ka qalin jabisay Hibaaq Jaamac waxa ay ku shaqaysay aqoonta looyarnimo iyadoo door weyn ka ciyaartay in masaajid muslimiinta loo diidanaa looga dhiso halkaasi. Hibaaq Jaamac waxa ay markii dambe isku sharaxday xisbiga Labourka iyadoo loo doortay xubin golaha deegaanka ah sanadihii 2013 ilaa 2016 ilaa 2021. muddadii ay xildhibaanka ahayd Hibaaq Jaamac waxa ay ku hawlanayd ka shaqaynta qadiyadda Somaliland iyadoo qaabili jirtay wufuudda iyo madaxda iyo xisbiyada kala duwan ee reer Somaliland ee taga dalka Ingiriiska. muddadii ay ku jirtay golaha deegaanka dawladda hoose ee Bristol ama Bristol City Council, Hibaaq Jaamac waxa ay dhibaatooyin badan kala kulantay dadka Soomaali weynta aaminsan. sidoo kale Hibaaq Jaamac waa xildhibaanka ku guuleysatay inay calanka Jamhuuriyadda Somaliland ka taagto xarun dawladeed oo cariga Ingiriiska ah. xildhibaan Hibaaq Jaamac waxa ay dalka dib ugu soo laabatay Somaliland oo dhisantay oo ay ka hirgashay nidaamka dimuqraadiyaddu isla markaana ay isku bedeleen shan madaxweyne oo la doortay. haatan aynu dheehano kaalinta ay Hibaaq Jaamac kaga jirtay golaha deegaanka ee Bristol iyo sida ay uga shaqeynaysay qadiyadda iyo hawlaha Somaliland.
I came to this country age 2 as a refugee from Somalia. We had a dictator there called Warar who effectively bombed people in the north of the country. And that led to my father and I and hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people being internally displaced. And seeing the lightness and perhaps the frivolity that some people choose to talk about war with really genuinely makes my heart sink. I was a teenager when we went out to march against the Iraq war. We went out in our millions. I think it was the biggest protest against a war in British history. And even though Tony Blair didn't listen, and we still ended up going to war, I want you all, and I want to talk in particular to the people who are a lot younger than me, who are in the crowds today, and I want to say how important it is for you all to be out on the street, how incredibly symbolic it is for you all to be here today saying what you think about your country's foreign policy. And I think if we can cultivate that sort of ideology amongst our youth, that it's about caring about your country's foreign policy, it's about taking responsibility for your government's actions abroad, then I think in the future we will have a very different government and we'll have a very different political conversation.
When people in Lawrence Hill face cuts to their services and their facilities, when they face bedroom tax, when they face cuts to benefits, this result proves that they still have faith in the Labour Party. I want to thank the Labour Party for having the courage to select me as a young Somali Muslim woman in an area that is multi-ethnic, in an area where some seek to play the division card between communities. This result is to reward the effort of the Labour Party for its courage. I want to thank everyone that voted for me. And for those in Lawrence Hill, whether you voted for me or not, my promise to you is to serve you to the best of my ability equally.
The simple reason that there are an awful lot of people within Bristol that are from BME backgrounds, Muslim backgrounds, refugee backgrounds, who, unfortunately, have been the victims of backlash due to the sort of nonsense that you feel necessary to put out there. And I just want to say to you, before you think about refugees as this subhuman category of people who don't think like you, don't look like you, you're never going to meet, let me just remind you of the simple fact that Somali community in Bristol is the largest BME community in Bristol, and an awful lot of those people have been refugees. So I would look very, very carefully at the words that you use to describe a group of people that you think are on the other side of the world, my friend, because in reality we're right here. Thank you. Fortunately, Bristol was one of the cities that voted to remain within the European Union. International immigration peaked in the city of Bristol in 2004 and 2005. Migrants are concentrated within the inner city wards, and I don't know if you have this slide, but I represent the ward of Lawrence Hill, which is situated within the inner city of Bristol. Until very recently, I represented 20,000 people. The ward was actually redrawn, and I now represent just over 10,000 people. So that gives you an idea of the sort of inequality that people from migrant backgrounds may face when it comes to where in the city they actually live. In terms of health, I heard it mentioned here yesterday that access to health is of a particular concern for people from migrant backgrounds. I was particularly touched by the statement made which explained how vulnerable female migrants, when they are pregnant, are unable or perhaps unwilling to seek the medical services in the host countries in the form that they are provided in. In Bristol, we've come up with a very unique, tailored and special way to ensure that members of the migrant communities are able to access that support. We're absolutely making sure that we're able to cater to the needs of migrants from the very specific things such as personal appearance, but also in terms of long-term aspirations. We have a lot of migrants with qualifications in the UK, but perhaps those qualifications aren't translated over. We're ensuring that we're giving those people the support to be able to continue their life. Not very long ago, the largest ward in the southwest of England with just under 20,000 people living here. Many of those people, unfortunately, will be knocked off the electoral register. And I believe that it is our mission as a group of people within Bristol, as a community, as a Labour Party, to mobilise and ensure that those people are not left on the sidelines and that their right to vote is not indirectly eroded, so that they are able to cast their ballot. What I would like to add to that as well is we will be joined shortly on the stage by Labour's mayoral candidate for Bristol, Marvin Rees, and I'd like to tell you a short story.
As much as we can. Oh, wow. Hey, guys. Okay, right. So, how are we doing? Amal, Hibaaq, guys, good to see you. I knew you were here, but what are you doing on the stage?
We are here today, Junior, on behalf of everyone in this room and everyone in Bristol, just to say a huge thank you to your family. This is the 10th year that these awards have been going on, and your family do an amazing job of bringing the diverse communities of the Southwest together. And I just want to say, for me as councillor, it's an absolute honour to support you every year, and I want to say thank you for everything that you do for our communities. Can I call Abdul Sheikh to the stage, please? Abdul Sheikh. Yeah.
stand on their feet, please, and give Abdul Sheikh a huge round of applause? Could you all stand on your feet, please? I'd like everyone to stand on their feet. Thank you. Hard work it takes from this family to put on this show year after year after year, and I have to say, for me as councillor, come up on the stage. I want the whole family on the stage. Please come up. I just want to say, as councillor, I represent an incredibly diverse area in Lawrence Hill, and the whole of the Southwest is very, very diverse. And I think for us as a community, what this family does every year by bringing us all together and making sure that the heroes in our communities are celebrated is incredibly special. It's incredibly powerful. And I know that Bristol and the Southwest is not Bristol and the Southwest without saying thank you to the people that are the backbone of our community and our region. So thank you so much. You guys, you're always there for us. You're the most loved family that I know in the Southwest. And we just want to say, on behalf of everyone in this room and everyone that's ever had an award, we really, really appreciate what you do for us in the Southwest. You put the diverse communities on the map, and I want you to know that your hard work, your dedication to this community is not forgotten. It is recognised, it is appreciated. We love you all from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much for what you do for us. We know how much hard work you put into this. Tonight is about you guys. Doing anything for 10 years is incredibly hard, and putting this show on, keeping all the communities together, creating that unity and that cohesion is what we need, and this family does it time and time again. Thank you guys. I can see you're crying because I know how much you love the Southwest, and I know how much you love everyone in this room, and we love you as well. So thank you again. Thank you.